let's start this one. Oh, and I thought Hampshire had a good start. He got absolutely water blasted by Alex Martin, who was down to the inside. And one rider down. It's Shane McElrath going to grab the whole shot. Martin on that Suzuki holds upright. He is in second, going for it with McElrath. The motorsport.com whole shot is Shane's, but Martin quickly to the lead, and that is so key in these conditions.
Do you see how you just ruined McElrath, that big puddle of mud? Vision right now is critical. Probably could have thrown that in the keys to the moto. You want to be out front so badly. You will not see riders so desperate to find some clear real estate right now, like Alex Martin did. Oh, and he goes down!
Oh, and he throws it away. He's going to go from probably first to last here. McElrath back up front, and somehow Hampshire survived getting blasted.
Goggles being thrown by riders. I didn't even see who that was. He was about 5th place, opening lap, throwing goggles. Wow, this is going to be a nightmare for a lot of these guys.
Certainly a nightmare scenario for Alex Martin here on the JGR Yoshimura Suzuki. Hampshire, who got blasted in that first turn, was 3rd, and then with Martin going down, he's up to 2nd. And Shane McElrath, always a good starter, maybe better than ever now that he's on this Monster Star Racing Yamaha. He had 2 good starts last week at this track.
When he hits that bank, you can just see the front glides away, just a little bit slick. They use the machinery sometimes just...
Whoa!
Oh, and he stalled.
He stalled the bike, and that's going to put Cameron McAdoo to the lead. So 2 riders with problems on lap 1, and McElrath is getting antsy here because he can't get the Yamaha to refire. He's hitting the electric start button now, trying to get the bike to neutral.
These things usually start very easily. So is the weather, the heat, something's playing a factor, but another twist of this tail.
And a difficult position for Hampshire. He wants to make the pass. He might have the speed to make the pass, but he can't take on this route.
Here we go. There it is.
Got the opening.
That's all it took was that mistake. And McAdoo made the same mistake last time around. Just RJ wasn't quite close enough, and he's going to be going, yes, thank you. This is what I wanted. See McAdoo? He wasn't checking out to his right. He was trying to avoid getting just a face full of muddy water.
Still watching Dylan Ferrandis here. Shout out to our camera crew for figuring out who is who, considering they're all totally covered. And that is McAdoo. So McAdoo on the right, and Ferrandis trying to get by, and he does it. Wow, Dylan Ferrandis, as you said, making up time in chunks and now passing as well.
I just want the people at home to have a look at Ferrandis' lines and what he does. It's not always the most obvious how different it is, but he does subtle things, and at times you can see, oh yeah, he just stays out of all the deep stuff. But if you talk about a creative rider, you have to put Dylan Ferrandis in that conversation.
And right behind him, another rider in the same career path, but going down in the same path in the racetrack, Chet Lawrence. And Lawrence has got to hope that bike starts.
Yeah, all these guys are having a bit of a tough time, even with the electric start. Or is he just having a tough time trying to get his balance?
Are we seeing some steam a little bit?
That will happen just for the bike being stable.
This is a heartbreaker for Chet, who cannot get the bike started.
And the fact that it goes into his corners with the gas wide open, just...
Oh no, he had climbed up to 5th and he can't get his bike up.
It's getting, see what I'm saying? It's getting sticky, so it's like a suction cup now. I've had that before. You cannot pick it. The bike will suction to the mud. See, if it was still raining, you'd pick it up a lot easier. But he's just saying, and his team are telling him, we can't give you outside assistance, bud.
We have another rider, I'm trying to figure out the number is, who is also gone down.
He's asking the doctor for some help. The doctor's like, unless you got an injury, bud, there's nothing I can do for you right now.
Without goggles for most of the race in as bad a conditions as you could possibly expect, RJ Hampshire holds on and wins a muddy first moto here at Loretta's.
Yeah, look at that. You see what that meant to him. That was a tough one. Solid ride for Ferrandis.
Revs are up. Gate is down.
Let's see how Tomac does. He was a little ways out there, but whoa, just gets roosted.
Freddie Nord, who had the first moto hole shot a week ago, almost had it this time. On the number 31, now it's Justin Barsha to the lead.
That looked like a Husky rider. I'm not sure if that was Anderson that went flying down the first turn, but it looked like someone went down pretty hard.
Barsha with the motorsport.com hole shot and immediately gets bogged down. And did Chase Sexton stop the motorcycle and pull a tear off while running second? He did.
He did, definitely did. You don't see that very often. Unbelievable.
It was Jason Anderson who was down. So our first moto winner from a week ago now down in the mud. And man, you put Justin Barcia on a muddy track and you give him the motorsport.com hole shot, and it could be see you later, because this guy is great in the mud. Eli Tomac on the number 1 on the Monster Energy Kawasaki. So here we go. Oh, Noren has gone down. So now the Yamaha's 1-2.
And he's battling to get the bike up because he's in an awkward position on the side of the jump. His feet are probably slipping. There was also a lot of fluid coming out of the overflow pipe from the bottom. I think it was gas or what, but so frustrating. He was riding good start. Last week he had a good start, but I don't think he really had the pace to stay in the front pack. Today, I think he did, so bummer for him.
Yes, it is truly this bad when the racetrack is bad. And remember, they do as much as they can to try to salvage the racetrack. They'll push mud off, they'll churn it up. The infield sections, that doesn't get the same level of maintenance, and you see how bad it truly is. And a couple of riders stuck on the side of the track. Meanwhile, not looking bad if you're Justin Barcia, slithering his way around. Big lead. Woohoo. Feet getting kicked off the pegs. But the Monster Energy Yamaha rider out of New York originally, who loves these conditions, loving it right now. He's like, you should imagine living it.
Yeah.
Those kinds of ups and downs. They never gave up on it, so they're still working on this motorcycle. Oh, no! Last lap, Barcia down.
And the crowd cheers. They know he's got a big lead. Barcia doesn't even panic. But he's going to have a look behind him, just because even though you have a minute, I told you, because you can have a minute lead and you fall down for 5 seconds and you think it's gone.
So was he looking back thinking someone's catching him?
I've watched myself do the same thing and I'm like, but it's literally a nervous thing, you know.
And then equals this. Moto 1 belongs to Justin Barcia with a huge gap over the rest of the field, and Tomac's bike has stopped.
It was spluttering. I was curious. That is...
Cannot believe how quickly this thing has turned. Let's go racing live on NBC. And Alex Martin again on that yellow Joe Gibbs Racing Suzuki is going to grab your motorsport.com hole shot. And he's got Shane McElrath, who's had great starts in every race this year, right with him. A drag race to the stripe. And this time McElrath will actually get around Martin. And the other Martin, that's the younger brother of Alex Martin, Jeremy Martin, into third of the number 6. And then McElrath, the mistake. Martin brothers are going to go 1-2 here.
You know what I think happened there? They've done some grading to the track to try and fill in some of those big holes, but they're still there, the deep ruts. I think he just got bogged down but didn't see it.
Now Jeremy Martin's bike, who is your overall leader for the weekend, second in this moto, his bike's starting to smoke. So you can use that clutch for a while, but you got to keep the bike running to the end and not overheat it.
Well, I've noticed a bit of a trend. It looks like a lot of the Geico Hondas are smoking a little bit, and it could be a few things. Maybe all the riders are a little heavy on the clutch. Maybe they run, different radiators that happening in packed. I think there's all kinds of...
Oh, Jeremy Martin almost down. That's a lot of strength there to wrestle that bike straight.
You know there's some nervous guys wearing Geico Honda shirts in the pit area right now as we see all the bikes coming by.
Yeah.
And they said really it's just a bit of a derailment that happened there mentally, so this is about just getting his head straight and getting on with the job in hand.
Sure. Mental is a huge part of this game, but right when you were chatting there, Will, Hartrath's bike came to a standstill. We saw Ferrandis go around him. That bike was smoking heavily, and it quit.
We had a good battle with the Yamaha teammates. Ferrandis, see a little glimpse of the red number plate. That is Dylan Ferrandis, your series leader. He has caught the 12 of Shane McElrath, and behind them, another teammate of theirs, Justin Cooper. So a 3-rider Yamaha battle. That is for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Oof. That's McElrath going on a wild ride.
You got McAdoo.
Oh, wow, they've caught McAdoo. That is 3rd-place rider, and they passed him. McAdoo looking down at his green machine, and he's going to get passed, I believe, by Ferrandis here on the inside.
Ferrandis is like, I got to go, man.
Yeah.
I want this. But...
Ferrandis tried to jump into that section, and that did not work out.
He faced it. You know what probably happened? He probably spun off the face because, like I was saying, that hard base is getting really slick.
And Ferrandis pouring out.
Notorious for being hard on the clutch, is probably being hard on the clutch right now, and you're seeing that smoke increasing with steam.
McElrath up to 3rd. As you saw the exchange get around McAdoo, then Ferrandis tried to pass McAdoo on the inside, didn't work in his favor. He's still 5th in this moto. And behind him, you got Cooper, Robertson, Hampshire has climbed up to 8th place. And that would give him 4th overall. Nice recovery from Hampshire after being 27th in the first lap. We're still watching Jeremy Martin, who is your overall race leader right now, if the bike finishes. But Alex Martin does it. He wins the second moto in the mud at Loretta Lynn's.
That was cool. That was impressive. Happy for him. I think it's fitting to say, seeing as where we're at, he won by a country mile.
Oh, nicely done. Yeah, that's the Troll Train. The Martin brothers are two of the shorter riders out here. They call Alex Troll. The Troll Train chugs to victory. And even better for the Martins, it looks like Jeremy is going to be your overall winner for the weekend. A 3rd in Moto 1, a 2nd in Moto 2. I don't see steam coming out. Hopefully that doesn't mean it ran out of coolant. Hopefully it just means it's no longer overheating. And Jeremy, there's a little puff, looking to take that thing home and close up the points on Dylan Ferrandis, who'd be in for a summer-long title fight over a 9-round championship. With Martin and Dylan Ferrandis, 2 riders who have won a lot of titles, a lot of races. Man, this track is tough, even when you're not pushing it.
Just give me the check flag. Give me the check flag, please.
All right, one turn to go. And Jeremy Martin, for the first time in over 2 years, is an overall winner in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross.
He knows it. He knows it.
Let's go racing for the final time today from Loretta Lynn's Ranch. Looks like Marvin Muscan on that orange Red Bull KTM up front. Another rider down. And around the outside, the Brit, Max Anstey, who certainly knows his way around a muddy track. The Englishman on the 103. Taking over the lead, it was Tomac.
That is going to make this a long moto for Tomac. That is not what he needed. Yeah, he pulls the tear off. And then, he clips the back of his teammate.
I think Cianciarulo was also pulling a tear off.
Yeah.
Slowed down a little bit, and Eli's got to be so frustrated as Muscan and Anstey battling for the lead and just roosting, covering everyone else. Anstey going for the big triple jump. Storyland in the back of the racetrack. He wants the lead from Muscan.
Well, this may be the American Motocross National Championship, but we got a Brit and a Frenchman out 1st and 2nd, so all the top riders from around the world come to the series. And Anstey fights right back.
We now have him in 8th on the number 1. So he has passed 32 riders in 9 minutes. A 30-minute and 2-lap race.
That's pretty impressive, but then, you know, we've sort of come accustomed to seeing Tomac have those sort of rides. And when he's riding like he is now with that extra aggression, a little chip on his shoulder, he's frustrated. I mean, he's the 3-time defending champ, oh boy. And he already had some smoke coming out. And this is relatively early in the race. We're only 10 minutes in. Look at him powering through that stuff. So Eli, a big, strong, physical rider.
That's a pass. That's Joey Savacci. He just got around. That's on the lead lap. So that'll move Tomac to 7th. Now, Osborne told you his story. They could not get the bike to start for qualifying today. He had to go into the B group. The riders that have not scored series points and practice with them made it in. That had to be heart-stopping drama for that team. Oh, he's closing on. He's going for the pass, and he makes it on Cianciarulo.
That was a bump and run, but not intentionally.
And then Osborne sideways, and Cianciarulo sideways. And down. I'm trying to see if that is a lap rider. Yes, it is a lap rider. That is the 72. Wow, for a second I thought that might have been perhaps Muscan or Anstey up ahead.
Look at the wildest 10 seconds of TV.
Absolutely. And Barsha has climbed his way. Oh, actually, Barsha's gone back again. He was 12th. He's now back in 18th.
Oh, he's saying he's out.
Oh, no. Barsha might be out of this one. And now we're saying,
that was him.
A mistake for Anstey. And that is Osborne going to the lead. And with that, Barsha stalled the same spot. Okay, we got a battle for the lead in our hands. And Osborne now has it. He's taken the moto lead from Anstey in the mud.
Oh, Anstey's bike is
unbelievable.
It's starting to smell pretty heavy.
Everybody having problems.
Yeah, I wonder if he's losing power. Because he's looking down like, is it steaming? But he's got a totally different issue, in my opinion. Yeah, so Anstey is still your leader, but a lapper in front of him goes down just out of the screen, and then he ends up getting stuck behind the lapper.
Yeah, this is Osborne here on your left, and then there's Anstey stuck.
Yeah, so the lapper fell in front of Anstey. Anstey had nowhere to go. He had to stop. Usually that's when things do happen. So,
oh no! Tomac is stopped again! Tomac is stopped just like I said happened in Moto 1. Now in Moto 1 he had lapped so far into the field because it was the very last lap. He ended up 9th. But now it's 2 laps to go. There is more time for everyone on the track to keep circulating.
Or unlap themselves.
And unlap themselves and put him further down in the results. This is the disaster for the 3-time champion.
Who would have thought 4 motos in the series, 2 DNFs, no moto wins.
Now feet off the pegs for Osborne, dragging through the ruts. What a charge from Muscat here with a few turns to go in the final lap.
This could change the overall dramatically right here. He's got a couple shots. The sandy section coming up. If Marv is really good through there, Osborne's going to be nervous. That bike has got to be down a horsepower. Can Marv do it? He puts his foot down. That hurts him.
It would be a 6-point swing if Muscat can make the pass, and that would be enough for the overall. Muscat is there, but there's now only 1 turn to go. Does Osborne have enough power left in that bike to hold him off? Final turn. In improbable circumstances, Zach Osborne wins Loretta's again. Wow. I cannot believe what has happened this weekend. I cannot believe it.
You know, Marv just put himself on the podium, and if he had passed Osborne, would have won the overall.
Yes.
He almost went from 4th overall to 1st on that last lap.
2 in a row for Zach Osborne. He backs up his first 450 win with his 2nd, and they congratulate Anstey, who's got to be happy to get a moto podium here on his HEP Twisted Tea Suzuki.
Hey motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.